Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this week's episode of Mocktail Minutes. This is Bailey.
And this is Brianna.
This week I am drinking, it's the blueberry roasted purpose coffee,
Mm.
18 grams of collagen for a little snack. I guess it's kind of like part of my lunch is I'm gonna eat lunch right after this.
Yeah, I'm just doing plain water because I'm waiting on my Just Ingredients electrolytes and I don't buy any because I got like three packages. I got like three, so, so I just
Yeah,
have,
you don't want to buy any now.
yeah. But I will say when I don't have electrolytes or something to put in my water, I'm really bad about drinking water.
Oh yeah,
I would have easily been like already drank a whole Stanley, and today I'm like still really trying to power through.
chug a lug.
I
Yeah,
think it's like halfway full still.
you're getting there.
Slowly.
Today we are talking about fruit doesn't make you fat. Brianna, you came up with this episode. Have you been talking about this a lot lately? That's usually where our ideas come from.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I've had a few like clients in the last couple weeks that are like worried about how much fruit they eat because they've heard like, oh, fruit, like too much fruit makes you fat because of natural sugar in fruit, all that. And then I know I have a couple of my like diabetes people that like their endocrinologist was like, you can't eat fruit anymore because fruit will spike your blood sugar and like fruit will cause weight gain. And so my theme has been fruit does not make you fat.
I like it.
Yeah.
So first, diving into that then, number one, fruit sugar is not the same as like your refined sugar. It's not just like this table sugar. It's not the sugar you're buying from the store in the nice little package. Fruit is going to contain natural sugar, mainly like fructose, glucose, sucrose, but it's also being combined with fiber, it's being combined with water and other micronutrients. So fiber is helping to slow that digestion and prevent blood sugar spikes, helping keep you full. Water is going to kind of give you that. When you're thinking about water and foods, this is what a lot of people think about, like the volume eating.
Yeah.
A lot of it have more water content to it. And then the micronutrients, like you're also getting vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, where you're not getting that from table sugar. So refined sugar, that's gonna be like your soda, your candy. It's just sugar without the fiber or nutrients. So it's easy to overconsume because it doesn't really satisfy you. It might
No.
satisfy like maybe that emotional like dopamine hit real quick, but it's not truly satisfying you on like a metabolic level, I would say.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like just plain straight carbs like that aren't meant to make you feel full. So like without the fiber, I mean, you can just chow down on like candy, you know? The other thing is like fruit is really low calorie, like most is between 40 and 80 calories per like 100 grams. So that's like, a normal serving of fruit. So like one apple, 95 calories, an orange, 62 calories, a cup of blueberries, 85. Like that is not a lot of calories for the volume of food that you're eating compared to like a candy bar that's like around 250 calories or like a bag, like a small bag of chips, which is like 150 calories for like a handful basically. So fruit, you can eat large volumes of it and still stay within like your caloric needs.
So then we're thinking of like when we're thinking about this fruit and the fructose. So fructose is that main sugar in fruit. It's
Mhm.
going to be metabolized differently. It's metabolized in your liver, unlike glucose. So large amounts of added fructose, thinking about like high fructose corn syrup, we talked about this, what, 2 episodes ago,
Yeah.
can lead to fat storage and metabolic problems. And this is where I think we get into the area of we take a little bit of information and kind of twist it to benefit us.
Yes.
um, because it sounds crazier. It's gonna make you go viral if you're like, don't eat the blueberries, that's
Like,
fructose.
did you know that your blueberries are making you fat? I'm like,
Like,
what?
no. Because like fruit, the dose it's a low dose of fructose. And again, it's combined with fiber and water. For
Hmm.
example, an apple might have 10 grams of fructose. A can of soda is like 30 to 40 grams, but also no fiber with it.
Yeah.
So unless you're just like chowing down on 9 bananas at one time,
Right.
fructose isn't getting anywhere near kind of like that harmful threshold.
Yeah. It's just if you're giving the liver too much to like utilize within that sitting, okay, yes, it's going to convert it to fat. But your fruit isn't doing that. It's just not enough. And when you think of like how quickly you can drink a soda, and we're talking like a 12-ounce normal small can of soda is like between 30 and 40 grams of fructose. And like how quickly can you drink a soda? It's just it's not the same. So no, like your grapes aren't gonna cause you to have fatty liver disease, and your blueberries and your bananas. Like the reality is people are not eating the recommended amount of fruit and vegetables daily anyways. I think for fruit, it's like something like 2 cups for women, 2.5 or 3 for men, something like that. But like I think when they did like their latest survey, it was like less than 12% of people are getting that a day. So no, if less than 12% of American adults are eating the recommended amount of fruit, it's not the fruit that's causing obesity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, we mentioned like the high fructose corn syrup. So
Yeah.
this is different. When you're drinking a soda with this, and it's just like that 40 grams of free fructose, your liver is getting a huge hit of sugar that's liquid.
Yeah.
If your liver glycogen is already full, like this is very common, especially if you're more sedentary, more fructose is going to be pushed towards that fat production. So chronic high intake of this added fructose is what's linked to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And so, I think again, we just get hung up in like, oh my gosh, it's shocking fruit is bad for you. And then we just go into the spiral of like, oh my gosh, fruit's supposed to be good. And now this person's saying it's bad. And I don't know
Yeah.
what to do anymore. So F it all. We're just going to drink the soda. And we just get down this weird spiral.
Yeah.
We don't need to be stressing about fruit. We don't need to be stressing about carrots or oatmeal or sure, I mean, these things can affect your blood sugar. That's why we teach you how to be strategic with it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's as simple as I mean, I do this with Gannon if because he loves bananas, loves applesauce pouches.
Yeah.
But instead of just doing that for a snack, literally before he starts eating it, I just give him a spoonful of peanut butter, something like that. Like he
Yeah.
could just eat it off the spoon, and then I follow it up with, okay, here's your fruit that you want. It creates that balance.
Yeah.
So,
Because like the banana itself isn't really going to make them feel super full. And that's where people can overdo it with the volume, like in terms of like the candy and the chips and the soda and stuff like that. Because again, not going to make you full. Same thing with like if you just gave them a bowl of fruit, it's not going to make them full. So yeah, pairing it, which makes a huge difference in the long run of like how much nutrients am I getting? How full am I getting? What's my blood sugar doing? Like
hmm
yeah. I think we missed that part. And then it's that shock factor, I think, when like people are on social media and they're like, yeah, so you thought this was healthy? Think
you're wrong.
you're wrong. And yeah, it's that little piece. And I'm like, no, it's not your 5 grams of fructose in like your carrots. I don't know if carrots have 5 grams, but they're probably around there. It's not the carrots.
It's not the carrots, it's not the blueberries.
No. Yeah. So
And it's going to trigger insulin differently, correct?
yeah, you don't have like a really strong like insulin response like you would if you ate something that was primarily glucose. So that's the other thing is okay, it's not triggering a really high insulin response, which means in theory it's going to be better for your blood sugar, it's going to be better, but it's not making you feel super full either. But like that's why berries are so great for like blood sugar. And that's why when you see like all the research of like increasing your consumption of like fruits can help lower your risk of like, you know, diseases like diabetes. It can actually improve your A1C. This is why, because you're filling up on a larger volume of things that aren't stimulating a huge insulin response. You're also increasing your intake of fiber, which is helping your gut health, which helps your, insulin secretion, insulin response. And then you're increasing fruits and vegetables or like vitamins and minerals, which also helps your blood sugar response. So if you're listening to this and you've been not eating fruit because you think it makes you fat, please eat more fruit. Please eat just more whole foods.
It's actually going to help with the weight loss because the fiber keeping you fuller.
Yeah.
Chewing your fruit takes some time. It has a low glycemic load. It has antioxidants to reduce inflammation. You're
Hmm.
replacing processed foods. And I mean, some fruits have even been shown to have appetite regulating effects, decreasing that appetite a little bit.
Hmm.
You can't go wrong here. The problem isn't the fruit.
No.
What when fruit can seem like it's making you add weight is because are you doing dried fruit and juices that are just like higher caloric density? They're
Mm,
easier to overeat. A lot of times they also have added sugar.
yeah.
So fruit's great. You want to
Yeah.
eat fruit. It has lots of benefits. It's all about how are we being strategic with it and don't get caught up. Like we've always known fruits and vegetables are the way to go. Like there's no arguing that. So don't second guess yourself on the fruit. Eat the dang
No.
blueberries.
Again, it's just that shock factor of like some random
Yeah.
being like, yeah, did you know that this is the problem? And everyone's like, oh
Mhm.
my God, I'm never eating strawberries again because it's so high in sugar. I'm like, "Meh."
Yes.
Like, weird. That's the type of fuel your body
Literally.
wants. Like
Yes.
carbohydrates is its fuel, but like whole foods. I can't, if you have a doctor that's telling you don't eat like fruits and vegetables, I suggest you either work with a
Run.
dietitian or or get a different doctor because that is just horrible advice. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Kiwis are great too, by the way, not just berries.
oh
Lots
yeah.
of fruits. We always just go for the berries. But everyone, I hope this episode was very helpful. Short, sweet, to the point. That's what you guys are loving lately. So we've been diving into that. Last week was a little bit longer, so this week we got a little shorter
Yeah.
one for you.
Yeah. And I guess if you want like the nitty-gritty science metabolism class of how fructose and glucose is absorbed differently, you can let us know and we can tell you that. But if not, we won't bore you with things that we have PTSD from.
Yes. Have a great rest of your week, everyone, and we'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Bye.
Bye.